Snow, snow, snow. What the hell is going on?
All right, here we go.
The cocktail show.
Get ready to have a good time.
Let's have a good time.
This is exciting, isn't it?
I'm a bad guy.
Hello, testing.
Welcome aboard the Dreamliner.
It's the only way to fly.
We're official, folks.
I've allotted 1 hour for recreational activity. There's no time for irrelevant conversation. Fun will now commence.
I'm a bad boy.
Gary.
Here's a young speaker who is really in demand.
Don't let that go to your head, Gary.
Huh.
But wait, there's more.
That's what I'm talking about.
He is Gary Meyer.
3, 2, 1, 0.
6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central means it's time for the Gary Meyer Show, Cocktail Hour Live.
Cocktails. Woo! Drinks.
Pretty good, huh? And of course, no matter where you are, it's time for a digital mimosa. It's December 16th, 2022, and the celebration of Hanukkah starts Sunday at sundown. Though Gary says December is a write-off, really, the whole month is a celebration of holidays for some. Yes, just like this bit of Hanukkah, my neighbors over at Epcot celebrate winter holidays around the world all month long during its International Festival of the Holidays. Of course, as you might guess, it's mostly Christmas. 3 times a night through December 30th, a celebrity narrator backed by a full live orchestra, professional singers, and a mass choir tell the biblical story of Christmas on Epcot's big stage. Disney hosted me at the park the other night when Gloria Estefan was the celebrity narrator, and I captured this fun moment when she went off script.
I can't begin to tell you what it feels like to be sandwiched between this incredible orchestra and these amazing singers and not be able to sing. Therefore, Feliz Navidad. Feliz Navidad. Come on, I need you. Feliz Navidad. Prospero año y felicidad.
I shared a longer version of her spontaneous sing-along over on Mouse Planet's Facebook page. But speaking of Facebook, I'm not sure what's up with Gary's Facebook page. As I've been saying for a long time, the best place to stream along with the live show is the GarrForce Live YouTube channel.
YouTube. Subscribe to the GarrForce Live YouTube channel.
If you're not already a YouTube subscriber, please subscribe and hit the bell icon to be notified automatically when we're streaming a live show. All of the past Cocktail Hour shows are on the channel too.
That's what you should do. That's where we gather.
You can like and share the show on all the social media channels. Even sharing the YouTube link to Facebook is something that's very easy to do. Just look right below this video for the share button. Comments during the live show, wherever we're live streaming, can be seen in our virtual studio, and we may show them on the screen and or talk about them. Now, fasten your seatbelts, it's time to go wheels up on the GarrForce Live!
Dig it? Woo! Here we go. We're official, folks. Boom. Shakalaka. I'm a bad guy. 'Tis the Cocktail Show. You have 1 week left to use the words 'tis and 'twas. Welcome. Let's kick the tires and light them up, Alan. There they are. Let's do it. Okay. I thought it was going to be a Commando show, but you never know when a guest is going to drop by. It's like when Bill Cosby would stop by the Tonight Show unannounced. Well, I don't want to equate Carl from Clover, Wisconsin with Bill Cosby, but we're going to talk to Carl. We haven't talked to Carl in a long time. And then Mike Mascow from Roast2Order Coffee and Tea is stopping by to give out some gifts. He's going to give out some Roast2Order Coffee and Tea gift cards, and he will be on very shortly because he's heading to a party right after that. Okay.
And the good news is, Gary, you're not in Facebook jail.
Okay.
Because we're clearly streaming on Facebook.
We're going to get to this because it was a weird week, and I want to bring Leslie in to do the official start of the cocktail show because there's one more step. There's suck, squeeze, bang, blow, the 4 cycles of a jet engine. And on the cocktail show, it's kicking the tires, lighting them up. And then this has to happen, the removal of the condom.
Tis a joy to be with you all today. It's in Oyster Bay. Honestly, my favorite Chardonnay, I think, these days. It's just tasty, medium priced, nothing fancy. And
Okay. You got some buoyancy?
I kept the condom on for a while. Yeah. So hopefully we
Okay,
got
that's what she
something going
said.
on here.
Here we go. Slowly but
Holy
surely.
shnikey. Where did that go?
That'll take
Woo-hoo!
your eye out.
Oh,
If they remake the Christmas Story movie, instead of a BB gun, it should be a condom on a wine bottle that he gets. And then he's told,
um,
be careful, you could take somebody's eye out.
you know that they have done a sequel now. Ralphie's all grown up. He's gone
Okay.
home to what is it? Hyman, Indiana. It's supposed to be Hammond, but they disguise it ever so slightly. It's like Harold, Indiana, or wherever. He's gone home with his wife and kids now, and he's trying to fill his father's shoes to make Christmas very special. And
Okay.
there is some fear of putting one's eye out. Well, they
Okay.
make some nice references. They did a good job with it.
I've told this story where I had the actor who played Ralphie on, Peter
Hmm.
Billingsley, and I had some of the details, but I couldn't quite remember all of them. Somebody texted me who is very familiar with the case because he was there, and I won't say in what capacity. Peter Billingsley was in promoting a stage version of the Christmas Story, and he's on my radio show. And the day before, there was a dead body found in his room, or he was associated with it. And here is the
Right.
association. This guy who was found dead was working with Peter and Vince Vaughn on a project. He was a music guy, and he was going to do the music for this project. And he turned up dead. So when he was on the show, I thought, well, it's all over the news. I'm going to ask him. And
Right.
I said something, and he looked at me and pretended like I didn't say anything about that and just answered something that I didn't even say. And that
So,
indicated to
Red
me that,
Ryder BB guns
yeah,
are lots of
yeah.
fun.
And so the stage production is starting tonight. And just like it would
Yeah.
never have occurred to answer it or pretend I even said it.
He should run for office. That would make him a perfect
Perfect
politician.
as a
Um,
politician.
because he's not your ruggedly handsome Hollywood type. He is still Peter Billingsley, just in an older body. It's kind of interesting to see him grow up.
Yeah. Okay.
So there was no foul play. It's not like he,
No, no. I mean, he didn't kill him or anything. I don't
that we
remember
know
how
of.
the guy died.
Yeah.
That's years ago now. Okay. But I thought, well, I got to ask. It's in the news.
Well,
But
yeah.
it's the same thing I said to O.J. Simpson when we had him on. Hey, how's it going as far as finding the killer of your wife and that guy? And it was, well, I'm going to be in, and it was, what? Am I,
Wait,
listen, is this on? Is this microphone on?
he said he was going to commit the rest of his life
Yes.
to
How's that going?
finding that real murderer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
How's that working
Okay.
out?
I don't know.
How many years now?
Golly.
It's about 30.
Is it
It's
that
almost 30
long?
years. Can you
Yeah,
believe
because
that?
this was before the Kardashian kids were the Kardashian kids. They
They,
had their
right,
original bottoms at that age. Yeah.
right. They were
They're
spawned out of the
kids.
OJ system because their father was one of the lawyers.
Right.
Okay. Let's acknowledge people. And then I want to get into this Facebook thing because I believe Alan has called it. I think it's a
Mhm.
scam. All right. Here's who's checked in so far. Well, first of all, this is the first one of every show. Keely Ann, I sat on Santa's lap and asked for a percussion massager for Christmas. It felt like I was already sitting on one. He offered to use it on my schnauzer. Wow, wow,
Ah,
wow. Okay,
there it is.
there it is. I'll be
Whoop,
talking
there it
about
is.
that in a minute because I'm a bad
Don't
guy.
use it on your throat. You're not supposed to.
I'm a bad guy. See, I have a gun. I'm a bad guy.
Well, but turns out maybe you're not as bad a guy
Okay,
as we were assuming.
let's say hello to some people. Greg from Dacula, Georgia, or is it Dacula? Have we decided? I think he said it's not Dracula, it's Dacula. It's Dacula.
Right.
Okay.
But it rhymes with Dracula. With
Yeah, whatever that
Dracula.
is. He's
Okay.
in every week, it seems. Thank you, Greg. David is in Oak Lawn, Illinois, and he said he wanted to decorate his schnauzer for the holidays, and his wife didn't know if that was a good idea. Go for it.
Why not?
Amy from St. Louis, and she said, well, if you do something bad and get kicked off YouTube, then you're SOL, because that's the only thing you got left. But wait a minute, there's more. Yeah, I don't think I'm ticked off. Obviously, there are people watching on Facebook. Okay.
Right.
Chuck from WRLR, Janice from Tinley Park, Illinois, home of Bettenhausen Automotive, and they will be talked about a little more than the usual commercial because of something good they did. Kevin, he's got a fire going, and he said he should have saved the flat tire he had and made that the fire, because tire fires last a long time.
They do.
Stick
Isn't there
save.
like a pile of them that's been burning for like 40 years
Yeah,
somewhere?
they just keep on burning. Stick Save 35, he's from Tinley Park, Illinois. Mary Ann's from Dubuque. Guess they're getting a little snow there. And let me go to the screen door and see who has check this side up. Scott. Hello from Scott's Vintage. He's got that store with the pony and formaldehyde.
Mm-hmm.
And Dan, Streamwood, Illinois. Jack, Western Springs, Illinois. What does that say? My family is gone for 6 hours and I'm drunk with freedom. And I picture him doing V-Boy within the hour. Mary Ray. Merry Christmas. Merry Christmas, everybody. And Wicked Breeze. The screen door is giving me a Romper Room flashback again. Like, for those of us who are old enough to remember Romper Room, that was one of those shows, Patty D from Carroll Stream, Illinois, that was Zen. She would look through this looking glass. It was a mirror, I think, but she could see through it. And that's where I got this idea. And she talked in a tone where you would just lie back and go into a semi-coma, the same way Captain Kangaroo sent me into that semi-coma when he would take the shoebox out and take the lid off and take the construction paper, and then he cut the paper, and the sound and just the whole, we need more of that. We need more calmness.
How did her deal go?
What do you
I can
mean, her
only
deal?
remember because I'm thinking of Trizzle, Trezzle, Trezzle, Throne, time for this one to come home. That's different. But hers, she had like the spiel, and it was, tell me, Magic Mirror, tell me today, did all my friends have fun at play? And then I would sit and wait for her to say Leslie, and she never
did. Well, the fact that she claimed to see the kids watching was really an omen to what all these things are doing to us today, that are looking at us and we don't even know. They are.
She was a
looking at us.
Russian plant.
Yeah, exactly. Boy, was she prescient in what she was doing. Okay, we have to get Mike Mascow on because he's got to go to a Christmas party, and he wants to, well, first of all, we want to wish him a Merry Christmas to him and his family for being such a great supporter of the program this year. Mike, how are you?
Hey, I'm terrific, Gary. And Leslie, how are you all doing?
Doing great.
Love the lights there, Leslie. And like
Thank you.
I'm sitting on my original rear, too. That made me laugh when you said that.
On her original rear. Wait, did I miss something?
Yeah, the Kardashian kids. At that point, when OJ was committing murders, they still had all their original bottoms.
See, I'm thinking ahead. I shouldn't. I should just be in the moment. And yes, you have really decorated your studio. Sweet.
My husband bought these for me. He thought it was a 36-inch strand of lights, but hot damn, those things, I think they mixed up their inches and feet.
How long is it?
I think it might be close to 30 feet. It's just
30
it's every
feet,
which way.
not 3 feet.
Exactly. So
he loves to mix up sizes, doesn't he? He's known for that. Honey, this is a lot
bigger
bigger.
is always better. We love it.
Okay, Mike, you are going to give away the gift cards. And Alan, how should we do this so we can move it along so Mike can skedaddle for that party?
Well, I have unmuted myself. Let's have folks put in hashtag Roast2Order, and they can get into our competition here. Let me put it into the comments.
Okay, yes, put that in to the comment section. Hashtag Roast2Order.
There we go.
And you will be eligible to win the $25 gift card from Mike Mascow. And I just want to go back to Gloria Estefan at the beginning there. And she was in a sandwich, and it's a Gloria Estefan sandwich, a choir, and whatever that sandwich was that she seemed to enjoy.
Well,
Right
she's a
smack
restaurant.
dab in the middle.
She's a restaurateur. She had a restaurant here at Disney World for about 20 years called Bongos with her husband, and now she
Nice.
has a different one with her name in it over in Margaritaville Resort, which is down in Kissimmee, not too far from here.
Hey, nice bongos.
And I believe she's now performing with a new generation of Estefans. So it's more like the Estefan family singers. So it's going to be like it's one of those multi-generational things. She's not from Utah, so it's not going to be like the Osmonds, but I'm sure, if I had any attachment to the Estefan family, I'd want to be part of that thing.
Sure, you'd be part of the Estefan sandwich that she seems to enjoy.
Exactly. I'll be the lettuce on your Stefan sandwich.
And Alan saw the new Avatar movie. He will talk about that a little later. All right, Mike, what would you like to say to the people?
Well, first, happy holidays, Merry Christmas, or
Happy Hanukkah,
whatever you celebrate. We have been getting, inundated with orders here for coffee and tea and whatnot, and it's not too late to place an order, although to get it on time, if you live outside the Chicago area, I can't guarantee that we'll get it out to you before Christmas. But one thing you can do is you can go to Roast2Order.com and you can go and give a e-gift card at any time. They are real simple. We just wanted to show our website here. For starters here, if you see up in the upper left, we now are offering coffee scented candles. So Leslie has one of those. She got hers.
It showed up today.
Look at that.
It is. I wish we had smell-o-vision. It is awesome.
Wow.
I mean,
nice.
It smells like just a freshly brewed cup of coffee.
In the past, I'd have to throw some coffee on the floor and vacuum it to get the aroma circulated through the house.
Don't have to do that anymore. So
what's nice is it even comes with some safety and burning instructions, which I think Mike might have had his way with this because it says federally mandated. My apologies for the obvious. Remove all packaging, place on a heat-resistant surface, trim wick to 1/4 inch, blah, blah, blah. Don't burn for longer than 3 to 4 hours. Never leave it unattended. So he has all the safety instructions on there as well.
That is a legality, Mike?
It is. So, we don't want anyone, not knowing how to work with a candle, right? I mean, I guess if you never
they're brand new. The science is still being figured out.
Well, wait a minute. How are we going to have any stories for local news if we don't have house fires?
Exactly. That doesn't mean we won't have them. At least we've covered our end of it, right?
Okay. Jesus, how stupid have we gotten? When you see a ladder that has 15 stickers on it, should not be used as a flotation device, should not be used to cut turkey. I mean, it's just where we're just walking amongst stupidos.
Yeah.
All right. You want to talk about the press again? We're going to show some sped up vid and how zen this is. If you want to get a coffee press from Mike, you can do that and make coffee a little different than just putting it in the pot and doing the drip, drip, drip.
That might be what you'll do after 3 or 4 pots of that.
Yum, yum.
That's the press, and you boil, not quite boil, right?
Not quite boil. 195 to 205 is the temp. So just under boil.
And then here comes the press part.
You're pressing. Nice.
Pressing.
Into the best mom ever.
Best mom ever. And then you hand that to your mother. Oh, what a nice son I have.
Or your wife.
Right.
I didn't have that lid turned the right direction. I noticed there's a little icon on the top for pouring. So I was actually trying to pour it out and it was coming out very slowly.
Wow. You zaprudered your own film. Okay.
So
all right, Mike, and we're going to give away those 4 gift cards. We're going to let you go because you got to head out. But thank you so much for your generosity.
Can we just show real quick where to get the gift cards? It's under gift ideas. There you go.
Okay.
And if you go over to the right there, you see it says e-gift card. And you can make that e-gift card for any amount you want. You don't have to start at $10. Just click on it. And what you want to do is fill in at least an email address. And if you click on choose the amount, you can click on that and it'll say other. And where it's going to. You can say who it's coming from. You can even put a little message in there. And if you scroll down further, it should tell you, if you want to schedule it for a future time, so it arrives to them on a certain date, so it doesn't come right now. Otherwise, if you don't choose that, it's going to send it right now. And then there's different designs on the cards. If you click in the last box there, it's got different designs that you can choose from. And so there's just examples of the different designs that you can use.
Right. Very nice. And is there a sticker or something you have to put in there that says coffee can't be used as motor oil or skin salve or something like that?
It can be used as a facial scrub if you like.
Okay.
We can put it in coffee and candles as well.
All right.
But yeah,
thank you, Mike. We'll give away those 4
Great.
after you leave. We're gonna, I think, do
Merry
one
Christmas.
now. Merry Christmas.
I appreciate that, and I wanted to say thank you to Pat and Mike, who are usually listening, watching on the Friday cocktail show. They've invited us to come to this party tonight. I met Pat last week at a real nice breakfast that they hosted for the Barrington Rotary Club, and it was very nice of them to invite us. And hopefully, we're going to do a Coffee for Cause thing with them. We are actually doing a Coffee for Cause thing with them, so it's very cool. It's a nice symbiotic family that we've got here. So, feel free to contact me if you've got any questions. Our sites are secure. I meant to point that out as well. We do state-of-the-art, industry standard security on our website and so forth. And we do not see people's credit card information. I can't place orders for you. It's very secure and very up to date, and it's not anything to worry about if you're at all concerned about ordering via website.
Good to know. Now, did you say it's roast2order.com?
We have roast2order.com now. So you can go, if you go to roast2order.com, it actually just redirects you over to our roast2order.shop site, which has always been our website. But the name, we were able to secure the name roast2order.com and get it behind our security wall. And, it's all good. We're just happy to have that. So
great.
Looking forward to 2023.
So we'll update the banner next week.
Yeah, no problem.
But you can still get it that way too.
Yeah, absolutely. And
All
you'll
right, Mike.
see the top of the page when you go. It'll just flip you right over to roast2order.shop.
You want to give away the first card while Mike's
Yes,
here?
we're going to do
All
that
let's
right
do
now.
that.
Let's go to the computer and hit that button. You want to say hello to anybody? You want to say hello to that basketball? Catherine.
Congratulations, Catherine.
All right. And Ellen, tell her what she needs to do.
Catherine, email Gary Meyer Show at GaryMeyer.com or text 773-888-2157. Regular charges apply. Send your name and your address so that Mike can get it out to you, and make sure that you let us know that you were one of the coffee winners.
Yes, the Mike Mascow coffee winners, because I believe Ryan is going to give away his own.
Right.
Roast to
We
order
need your
gift card.
email address, as you saw there when we were building that gift card. Email at a minimum.
Yeah. Catherine, yes, say I won the Mike gift card.
So
all right.
Make sure you send the message from the email account that you want us to respond to, and that'll help, right?
All right. Okay.
We'll let you know that we sent it, so you can go looking for it.
More to give out later. Thanks, Mike. Have a good weekend.
All right. Merry Christmas, Gary. Merry Christmas, Leslie. Enjoy
Thank you. Thank you for the gift.
You're very welcome.
Oh, it smells so good.
Gary, yours should be there very soon. I apologize. Yours takes
all right.
Longer to get to you.
That's all right. I'm still burning my Gwyneth Paltrow candle. All right, Mike, talk to you.
Bye now.
What she said. Okay. And we got Carl from Clover, Wisconsin, the worm farmer, coming up. And I got to go to this Facebook thing because right before we went on, Alan said, I think it's a scam. What I did, but here's the thing. Maybe producer Keith pulled the posting because it was gone the next day. And I didn't tell Keith to pull the post. But wait a minute. Somebody pulled the comment that they said was offensive. Here, let me walk you through this. The other day, I got a picture of El Chapo in his cell from a listener, and the caption that came with it said, El Chapo is hoping that an American athlete is arrested in Mexico. And of course, you can connect the dots on what they were talking about there.
Right.
So I posted that, and then I said, yes, let's get El Chapo home for Christmas so we can make some more snow. And then a few hours later, I get that notice from Facebook, I think. It says, hey, you are going to be suspended for 30 days from any live content or advertising because we have standards and you offended those standards. We don't promote terrorists or whatever it was. And I thought, okay, well, we've been encouraging people to go to YouTube for months. I'm thinking, well, this would really do it. But now we're seeing that people are listening on Facebook or watching on Facebook. And then Alan said, they say at the end, and if you'd like to debate this or say what your piece is about it, go. And there's nowhere to go to do that.
Which is probably better than if this is an errant post where it says go to this link, and now all of a sudden they've also got your social security number and your camera on your computer turns on whenever they want it to. So something's fishy.
I'm a bad guy.
You are still a bad guy. We know that because
okay. Now here
you're making El Chapo jokes, and somebody's got their pennies in a twist over that, no doubt.
Well, I think it's ironic. I was quoting Tony Montana from Scarface. Everybody needs a bad guy.
Right.
Everybody needs I'm a bad guy. Everybody needs a bad guy, and I'm talking about another drug lord. So there's a nice symmetry there.
It was a beautiful tie-in. With that, if you caught Saturday Night Live over the weekend, because it was Steve Martin and Martin Short, they did a whole take on that riding in the train and doing the snow song. And it was a little maybe too conceptual, but it was kind of fun to watch everybody doing the
That's one of my favorite parts of the movie White Christmas. I love that whole... Okay. And now I see people are watching on Facebook, and I love quotes from any of the Tonys. You got your Montana, Soprano. Remember when is the lowest form of conversation? Your Tony Dow, when he says, Dad, I think you were a little hard on the beaver. I love that. Orlando. I don't know what he'd say that I'd quote.
Tiger, because you're great.
Tony the Tiger. But okay, this is the only gun I own, and I got it for my birthday. And you said that you had been introduced to it recently, and I'll tell you, this has got some action.
These percussion massagers are the new Cabbage Patch Kid for 2022. Because apparently there is no standout toy this year. You know how every year it was the hoverboards and things like that. We are so confused and divided and it's so much fugazi that there is no special toy this year except when it comes to the parents. And apparently anybody who's tried this thing wants it now.
Oh, you're going to want
these percussion massagers are freaking
Oh my God. Oh my God. And they have attachments for different things. And it's got a lot of action. It's not, and it's got settings on the back. If you can see one.
You're not on though. Can you turn it on or?
It's on. See those lights that went on?
Let's see the front end of it. Yours is very quiet. Oh, now you're. Oh, there we are.
There it is.
I'd say put it up against the camera lens, but I'm afraid you'll knock us off the air, Gary.
Yeah.
And we did hear that you're not supposed to use it on the front of your throat because it could collapse your carotid arteries.
Okay.
Why
would I put it on my
the fan?
Yeah, I don't know why I'd put it on my Adam's apple. That doesn't need any vibrating.
Somebody wants to know about the attachments.
I have okay. Let me go get the other. Hang on a second. Hang on.
Notice he probably has them very close at hand too, because honestly, this thing is unlike the old vibrator. Did your parents have one of those old ones that fit on the back of their hand?
Yeah. Okay. All right.
It was for sore necks.
Now, do I need to play the graphic warning now?
You decide what you want to do with these.
Okay, the forked one looks really dangerous, but I gather that's to use on either side of your spine. But I'm sure you can
You pick.
find out.
You pick. Yeah. Okay. Wait a minute. What's this one for?
Oh,
Hmm.
that's for targeting those very stressed areas.
Which reminds me, we've been talking about that deodorant for women. What is it called?
Lumi? That I want to just punch that woman.
Okay. She must be making some money because I'm seeing the commercials. They're omnipresent as
Everywhere.
much as the Camp Lagoon water commercials. She must be making money, and she's buying time on shows that I would think are expensive. Camp
Lagoon.
What did I say?
You said lagoon.
Lagoon.
That's fine.
The lagoon. Okay, that's. I'm thinking water, Leslie. Lagoon, water. See, I'm not as dumb as I look.
Yeah. You find all those threads and you tie
I
them
do.
together so beautifully. So why are you that Lumi stuff though? And when your butt stinks, it's
Right.
just the
Okay.
whole
But wait.
concept is so
Okay. Wait. What so you probably have seen this where she says you can use it under your arms and And
Here, I'm
I
gonna
think-
show you right.
I think she said, and on your bifold, and she pointed down there. I think she said bifold. I had never
Okay.
heard it referred to as a bifold.
Me either. And she's supposed to be a doctor.
Oh,
And I'm
great.
thinking that bedside manner would have me so scared. And we were talking about like going to the doctor and having to count ceiling tiles. I mean, with that woman down there,
All right,
I'd
I'm gonna
have
just-
911 dialed already. And
I'm going to just check your bifold. So just take a breath. Okay. Now, my thought of a bifold is those doors, closet doors.
Right.
And I don't picture that in that same way.
Now, curtains.
Curtains.
We will check behind your curtains, perhaps something like that. But yeah,
And she's
no,
making
bifold
claims
is-
here. She's making claims that this stuff works for days, not just hours. And there it is.
Why should it? I mean, go hit some soap and water,
There we
ladies.
go.
You shouldn't need a deodorant that lasts for days.
Okay, but
You
if
rub
you
it
need,
together, you put it down there.
yeah, on your bifold, it's a great stocking stuffer. And I mean that in several ways. Hey, speaking of products that are advertised, now I'm seeing, I believe it's a Gillette razor, and they are going for it. And they say to trim your pubic region. They're not even going with the vague, I think they
Like
don't
the topiary
right,
and things
right.
like
They have
that.
to do right other images. They're just saying your pubic area because they figure, what the hell? It's the 21st century. What are we waiting for here? And they're
Buy
going
a
for that.
razor, you can use it on your bifolds.
Right. You can shave down there around your closet door.
Oh,
And now
open the shutters.
on the shutters. Okay.
Yeah, really.
On
hang
the awning. You got an awning down there. You don't want an awning? Uh-oh, here she comes.
I don't have bifolds. I'm only 3 inches tall, damn it. And I'm smooth down there.
Yeah, she doesn't need it. Okay, one of the
He smells nice.
With your candle. One of the viewers by the name of Cindy said that she had a relative on Wheel of Fortune last night who was the winner.
Really?
Yeah.
Congratulations.
If you saw Wheel of Fortune last night, that woman who won is related to one of our viewers. And what I saw was the woman who won, she won a trip to Hawaii, and she lives in Hawaii. She lives 45 minutes from the resort they're sending her to. So I don't think she needs the airfare.
Oh, okay. I like 6 degrees of separation. And this person is now going to be the most famous person in senior nursing homes across America.
Who's that?
The winner from last night. Because every senior citizen home has
Wheel of Fortune up
on. Yeah.
loudly because they can't hear. If you walk into a nursing home, they're all watching Wheel of Fortune with the volume all the way up. Let's bring Wisconsin reporter Ryan in. And Carl, I hope you're still good because we're going to get to you in just a second. It's almost doing Wisconsin reports.
He's giving me a double thumbs up down in the green room. He's
okay.
Good. All right.
I want to be the show that
and he's muted.
I want to be the show that has sponsors that are as seen on TV. And Ryan has been supplying me with those. And the latest is, and really high on this. The alien tape, okay, but the lizard road flare that you sent me, this you want this in your car.
Imagine have 5 or 6 of those out on the highway.
Yes, you'll see it. I mean, I don't know if you can see how bright it is on this, but it's got different settings.
You sent me a video and you showed me every single setting. Yeah. Okay, you put that on top of your car. Couldn't you be mistaken for a police vehicle?
Well, let's not misuse it.
Precisely.
Yeah.
Wow.
This is a Christmas decoration too. Yeah. I mean, it's red and
it's got a hook, right? It's got a hook.
You got a hook. You can hook it on your rear view mirror. Yeah, I like this product. And if they want to jump on,
yeah, look at that.
Look at that. And not only do they have the flashing lights, the warning lights, they've got at the end of the cycle, the last hookup they have is a light. And I don't want to put it in the camera, but that is a bright light that is included. So this thing is perfectly designed.
Just need some AAA batteries, right?
That's all you need. The lizard. Now, when I got it, there are 2 screws on the back. And I thought, well, I'll just take those screws out and the back will come off to put the batteries. I took the screws out. And so what did I do? Go and Google, how do you put the batteries in the lizard road flare? And boom, there's your video walking you through it.
Wow.
Otherwise, you could have fixed it with some alien tape, but you went the proper route here.
I did. So that's a good one. If you're looking for a gift, stocking stuffer, you want one of these or several of these in your car. I mean, really, it really throws the light.
More affordable than that chair, that beanbag that you also saw. That's a little
pricey.
The
Moon Pod. That's another one. We talked about that this week on the show. The Moon Pod looks really comfortable. It's around $300, right?
Yeah.
You know anybody who's
and then the Ottoman runs 140 or so.
I don't. Yeah. I know some people have those. What's that other pricey furniture that you see on TV where they spill the wine on it? I can't think of it. There's another one that's got the beanbag.
I don't know, but the Moon Pod is selling me with the commercial.
Yeah, it looks nice. It's just a little higher priced than the alien tape or the road flare there.
A little bit, but it looks really comfortable. Okay. All right, let's give away another roast to order so we can keep that moving. And what should we do, Alan? Just hit it again. Everybody's already registered.
Hit the button again. Yeah, there's no reason. People know the hashtag. They can hashtag it up until we pull the last one. And I think we said we're doing what, 4 of these?
Total, right? Yes. We got 3 more.
This is number 2. Here we go.
Saying hello. Jacqueline. All right. Congrats. And Ellen, you just told everybody you email me. And
yes,
I won the Mike Mascow thing.
And we need your email address because that's what Mike needs to send them out. So email Gary Meyer Show at GaryMeyer.com or text 773-888-2157. Regular charges apply, and let us know where to get that out to you.
Okay.
And that you're a Mike coffee winner.
All right. Ryan, I hope you don't feel threatened because Carl doesn't come around that often.
No, he doesn't.
You're here every week, but Carl, I haven't talked to him in a long time.
Yeah, we need to catch up with Carl.
And he has a worm farm in Clover, Wisconsin. How far are you from Clover, Brian?
It's by up north of Madison, probably an hour and a half-ish.
Okay, because I know you buy your worms locally, but if you're ever in
it
Clover...
It probably comes from Carl, right?
Right. Okay. Support Carl's worm farm.
We've been doing a lot of magnet fishing, not real fishing, but maybe that'll change.
Oh, let me get Carl up and ask him what he thinks about magnet fishing. How's she going?
How's she going there, Mr. Meyer? Hey, how are you?
Good.
Good to see you.
Are you a magnet fisher at all?
I can't say. The only time I've ever used a magnet is when maybe the prop is falling off or something like that there, then we have to go back. I've had a couple $20-$30 fishing lures that I've lost that they sunk to the bottom, and I've gone back with a magnet and got them. But I have not. I've seen some of the stuff there on the videos of these guys pulling up handguns and all kinds of stuff, and it's pretty amazing.
Well,
I was quite surprised to see that.
Before we went on, we were testing Carl's feed, and it was wonky, and then we found a sweet spot, and now it's wonky again.
Oh, come on!
No, he's coming. He's coming across fine. It's your connection that might be wonky, Gary. I said, you might not be in Facebook jail, but you might have other.
Okay. All right. Facebook is that they're fucking with me. Okay, they are. All right. Carl, what has been going on since we last talked? How is the worm farm?
Well, I think this is the first time I've ever been on a Friday where we're having the cocktails, and I just had to show you. We go with tradition here. We're only about 5 minutes from the brewery up here in Clover, so we got to go with one of the oldest beers in Wisconsin, Point Special. So that's proud sponsor here. But it's just been kind of crazy here with the weather, kind of making funny turns here left and right. That we've got some patches of snow, we got some ice on the lakes now, but the summertime had just been one of the best that I can remember in quite a few years. Not that I'm a young pup no more, but it's just been really fun. The farm is all nestled in. I almost feel a little awkward here that you're giving away this really nice coffee and stuff that I should maybe some raffling off some worms to send to people, because that'd probably be a good stocking stuffer,
Okay. Yes.
So
wake up
get
Christmas
yourself
morning.
some good Canadian leaf worms, or some night crawlers, or a gob of those. Oh, that'd be nice in a little tube in the sock. It fit real nice. So that's something to think about for next year.
And you put your fist down in the stocking and pull up a bunch of worms. That's
yeah, just sure.
And if that isn't Jesus's birthday, what is?
That's it. Right there,
I like
sure.
this comment from KG. I'm slightly shocked Carl is real. Slightly shocked.
Well,
okay.
you thought was I a hand puppet all these years? I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm a real
Yeah.
yeah.
Well, does that mean that KG's profile picture is real?
Why is that?
Right? 'Cause
Probably.
I'm just wondering. We're just wondering, if she wasn't sure Carl was real. Are we
Okay.
sure KG is real?
Listen, we don't know if Facebook is real. No, we don't know. We don't know.
There's
what's
only
real.
one puppet on this show, by the way, and it's me. God damn it!
Yeah.
And Carl is real. Carl is real is starting to trend in our comments here. Patty says that. And
it's like
Carl
Santa
lives.
Claus. He is real. He is real.
Yeah. If you cut me, I bleed green and gold, so it's got to be proof. So that's the same thing.
You have to, because as Ryan has said, you have to be a Packers fan, otherwise they won't even let you live in this state.
And he's even got the clock on the wall, but his head is your head is blocking
Move
the
your
clock.
head so we can see your Green Bay Packers.
Wait, there
you go.
Oh,
It shows the 10th. It shows you the date, so it shows you that I'm alive on this day. And if you look just to that right there, that is a signed letter from Mr. Bart Starr. And a signed 8x10 glossy from Mr. Bart Starr. Met him in the Green Bay airport. And that's a proud moment there. Right
And
there.
Bart Starr's era was when?
In the 60s. He was in the mid-60s. That's when I was spoon-fed on the Pack. That's when I fell in love with him.
Yeah.
And that was it. Now, granted, we got nothing to brag about. I know the Bears aren't bragging too much either, but the Pack are having a pretty tough year, too. Mr. Rogers is, I think he's a little bit too much zen. He's trying to figure out too many things on his own, and it's not looking good this year.
Well, he doesn't have a good
So,
supporting
what are you gonna
cast either, right?
No, and we're looking towards the future. If I hear one more time they mention our wide receiver that has left the team, every game in the first quarter they have to mention his name at least once. And I just don't understand why. He's been gone for a year. Bye-bye. See ya. That'd be like mentioning Bart Starr or, Brett Favre. I have a T-shirt I'm proud to wear that says "We'll never forget you, Brent." So that's a nice T-shirt to wear.
Okay.
Yeah.
A little humor there. I got to tell you, Ryan keeps sending me gas prices from your area, and he sent me look at this, $2.50, and it's not a club
bad,
price.
huh?
You don't have to join a club. That's a regular pedestrian gas price in Wisconsin.
Well, what's funny is when you're driving up 51 or you're going up past Madison by Ryan's place there, you go up there, and as you're driving, you'll see signs on the road saying in 30 miles they've got gas for this kind of price. And you just have to set your odometer and set it and go, I'm going there, because it could be sometimes 40, 50 cents cheaper than everybody else on the highway. But I don't know. Wisconsin's just a great state to live in. That's all it's doing.
Yeah. And if you want to give gas for Christmas, just don't put it next to the Roast2Order candle. That's all. There's a
Right,
sticker
sure.
there. It says, "Don't put gasoline right next to the key." It's right on that sticker that they send with it.
And for
Carl?
years, we always talked about all the flatlanders coming from Illinois that they were so used to every 5-6 miles throwing 40 cents out the window when we used to have that when they used to have the change things that we just told everybody once you cross the border about every 5-6 miles just throw a handful of change out the window and we'll come by and pick it up later. So it works out good.
Yeah, the tolls, sure.
Yeah.
All right.
Sure.
So what are
Yeah.
your plans for Christmas, Carl?
Well, it's I'm still in deer season right now. It's been the weather's been holding out there pretty nice. I've passed on a couple good bucks since I'm a bow hunter. You know, I kind of wait for the right time, but as the calendar starts to tick down here, there's only 3 packages of venison in the freezer. Now it's time for does. I think we're gonna go get a big broad one and take her down. So that's what I'm getting ready for this week. I'll probably be sitting up in a tree stand.
Wow, that is special. And I'm not a hunter. I've been to your house and you served this game meat, and wow, and you had the whole rack in the freezer. It was interesting to see.
It's a good time. I mean, everything from we'll do a chili, or we'll do some kind of chili with the ground venison, or we'll do the sticks like Slim Jims, you know, that people get, but we could put habanero cheese in it and stuff and give it a little spice to it. But most of my steaks, people come from miles around for my steaks because they're good. So grilling them 2.5 minutes on the side. If you let them cook too long, they turn into a hockey puck. So I can't do that.
Okay.
But it's great.
Well, Carl, it's good to see you, and we hope you have a Merry Christmas.
You do it.
Well, that is timing. Good timing and good lighting. Now,
Wait, I came back.
You came back. You went away. Now, say
I came back.
All right. Merry Christmas.
I was just saying, have a very, very Merry Christmas and all the good holidays and a Happy New Year there.
Thank you, Carl.
Thanks so much.
Now,
Cheers.
You all didn't have any buffering when Carl was on? Okay, because I only heard like, I'm sorry, but I just went with it.
You know, he was talking about throwing the 40 cents out the window. Here's how cagey Illinois has gotten. They don't post how much the tolls are anymore at the toll plazas. We'll talk about it later. You'll get the bill. Don't you even worry your pretty little head about it.
What if you go to the manual, though? Some people don't have the iPass. They tell you.
Well, and there they hit you with a higher toll because, you know, I don't think there are that many man toll plazas anymore. Most of it is if you go through, just go online and you have 7 days to report that you've blown through a toll. But most of us don't go to that site very often, but there's no way there are 40-cent tolls anymore. It's
No.
90 here. It's $1.90 over there.
Yeah, whatever.
We'll replenish your car or your account and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Don't even worry about it.
And if you've ever blown through a toll, you know what she's talking about. Okay, before we get to Ryan and the second part of a Wisconsin report, let's pay homage to the fine sponsors, starting with Bettenhausen Automotive.
It's that simple. Bettenhausen Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram on 159th Street in Tinley Park is Chicagoland's Ram truck headquarters. Get to Bettenhausen right now for season-ending deals, including no payments for 90 days on your new 2022 Ram 1500. It's the Big Finish sales event. Deck the garage at Bettenhausen and update your work sleigh with the area's best Ram selection. With new inventory arriving daily, your best Ram truck buying experience starts now at BettenhausenCDJR.com.
This week, I get this video from John Doolin from Bettenhausen Automotive, and it's Drew Barrymore handing a woman a key to a Jeep from Bettenhausen. And I investigate. This woman saved her mother. They're driving together.
Woman, she's a 16-year-old kid.
I know, but I see you don't say boy. I mean, when you say this, what's the age cutoff from girl to the woman?
Woman, 18, 19. But part of this is the fact that this is the luckiest kid in the world. First, because of what she survived. And she's driving with her mother, and her mother has a seizure. Her mother's driving, and
the daughter takes over, grabbing the steering wheel. They're in heavy traffic, I guess, and the daughter
Jesus did not
maneuvers
take the
the
wheel.
car.
The daughter took the wheel.
Jesus didn't take it because Jesus hasn't been born yet. He's not born until next Saturday.
Yeah. Okay.
And
so-
she works the pedals with her hands. I heard she pushed on the gas and the brake with her hands and got it over to the side.
Yeah. Somehow she was still steering and hitting the brake with her left hand. Yeah.
So nobody got injured. And do you know the connect? Now, I haven't had a chance to talk to anybody. Here's what I was going to do. I was going to play the piece with Drew Barrymore handing the girl the car key, and that would have filled in some blanks. And then John Doolin called me and said, do you want to have them on? And I said, yes. So I left a message for the people involved and got a response from the girl. Hey, I'm busy tonight. Let's reschedule. Okay.
I'm out driving.
I got a new car. Why do I want to talk
Jeep?
Talk to the likes of you because you're banned from Facebook because I'm a bad guy. And okay, so then I get and I have to get permission to roll the Drew Barrymore tape.
Right,
we can't play videos. We just can't play them because they get pulled down because they're copyrighted. I get the number of a producer at the Drew Barrymore.
And we've had problems even when we've had permission.
Yeah, it's very weird. That's why we don't play videos anymore. So I call.
I know that everything I run, I've made, so I'm not pulling our own stuff down.
Yeah, right. That's why we could see Gloria Estefan talking about being a sandwich.
Exactly.
That's beautiful. And Alan's got
She is
more.
a Cuban. Is she technically she's a Cuban sandwich, which is delicious, man.
My God, the Cuban food, I love it.
Yum. If you've ever seen the movie Chef, oh lordy.
Look at her in that sandwich. Look at her doing the Felice
Everybody
Navidad.
likes being part of that sandwich.
Look at that. And Alan's going to have more vid from his night in Disney World in just a few minutes and talk about Avatar. Okay, so I call the producer at Drew Barrymore's show, get the voicemail, and I realize all these talk shows are on hiatus for about 2 or 3 weeks. They're not working now for the rest of the holiday, as are no radio people. If you listen to the radio still, most of them will be gone they'll be back in mid-January.
Right.
We know a person who was hired 2 weeks before Christmas. He had not worked in a while. He worked 2 weeks and took 2 weeks off
because it was the holidays.
It's the holidays, but you haven't worked. You just bada boop, bada beep. Forget it. Nobody works like we do. We work. And by the way, and I haven't asked anybody. Maybe Leslie, you have plans next Friday, but I'm planning on doing a show next Friday.
I'd like to be on the Drew Barrymore show, but I don't think that's going to happen. So I guess I'll be here.
Yeah, because they're not taping.
Right.
Next Friday, we're going to celebrate lengthening daylight.
Woo-hoo.
Next week, we start lengthening the daylight, as she said, and we're going to celebrate that. The last Friday of the year, December 30th, official bartender Jenna Duddleston will be on to give us that final drink of the year. All right? That's coming up. Okay.
We got plans. So you're wondering what the tie-in was?
Yeah, so how did
Bettenhausen
Bettenhausen and Drew Barrymore get together and give this girl a car?
Because this mother and daughter team are out of the southwest suburbs of Chicago, Tinley Park specifically. So it is their hometown dealership. But we know that even if you don't live in the southwest suburbs of Chicago, Bettenhausen is the place to go because you can have them shipped halfway across all the way across the country.
All the
if you want.
continental United States, the prices are so low. That low price, they're not kidding. Go ahead, compare. You're going to go to Bettenhausen. And
love my car buying experience there.
you got a used vehicle. And when you sent me the picture, I said, oh, that's nice, but show me the used vehicle because that's a new car. That's the used car.
Yeah.
You're happy with that. So this girl gets a new Jeep out of this. And then Drew Barrymore does some segment about happy stories.
I guess that's what this was. It was like a salute to heroes, and this girl was one of their heroes. I'm sorry, this is the first time I've ever really seen the Drew Barrymore show, and frankly, I only just watched the YouTube clip of this giveaway, so I'm not the one to go to.
And I think you saw this too. Then you saw Drew say Tinsley Park, Illinois.
Yeah,
and it may be because it's the holidays, and she's thinking tinsel and
Okay, but did she
Tinsel.
also say Illinois? I'm pretty
should
sure
be.
she also pronounced the S, and it's like, Drew, it's still part of the main 50. If it,
From Tinsley
Arkansas.
Park, Illinois. Yes. Okay, mortgage, refi. David Hochberg. That's the guy. They just raised the rate again, the prime. And you know what that does to getting a loan? He can walk you through that, and he'll tell you what to do. You can't fight what they do. The Fed does what it does. But this guy knows all the ins and outs of saving you money. Those are the numbers. And this was a year, boy. And you probably were thinking 6 months ago, I'm going to buy a place. And then the storm clouds came over. But that shouldn't stop you. He said a year ago at this time, we had him on. He said, listen, gang, the rate is 3. If you're going to jump now because they're going to go up. Here we are a year later. Told you so. He did.
And he knows how to position you for the future.
Yes.
He's got that kind of handle on it. So no matter what your plans are, Dave's the one to definitely bounce it off of.
Yes. Okay. All right. Rose said she likes the daylight shortening. Why? Are you a mushroom?
She likes lighting.
She likes darkness. I don't know.
Well, hey, to each their own, and we don't judge. This is a no judgment zone.
Nah, whatever. Right, we don't care, but it's going to happen. It
as
usually
long as
does.
you don't hurt anybody,
Right.
and
Right.
what you do with your, percussion massagers or your clocks or whatever, that's all over.
God does this, and it's on schedule, and it's not going to change. So we're assuming that December 22nd, the daylight will get a little bit longer.
Take it.
All right. Okay,
Are
so
we going to hear some more from Ryan?
yes, we are. He hasn't even done his report yet.
I know, and we're coming up on the hour. Oh, golly, we're going to
top
have
of the hour.
the network.
We're going to be against news, and we're going to have to stop whatever we're doing because you need to have the traffic and the weather.
And sports and business. Oh my God, how are we going to fit this?
Exactly, because you don't know what it is. You have no idea until you get to this program. Ryan, are you still there, or did you go to lunch?
I kicked him out.
Ryan's on a lunch break.
I'm still here. I didn't get my percussion massager yet, but that's on my list too from Santa. So maybe we'll have all those. We'll all have them
We're
doing.
all going to have a nice massage gun.
Yes.
Yes.
So I don't have a recorded report this week, but I've got a couple things. If you want to put that slide up, Alan, this is out of Dane County, Madison Airport. What do you think that went through? So they've got it all in that nice box in the to go through TSA.
There. What do I?
Oh yeah, we talked about this story.
Is that dog?
One? Yep.
Or is it a cat?
That's the dog.
Here's the picture of that.
Jackass put their backpack onto the conveyor and didn't tell them that there was a dog zipped inside.
And that should be a tase right there at the airport for this asshole.
Yeah.
You put and that's not a big bag either.
No, that's just wrong.
I mean, it's
so
just
many
like
levels.
what are people doing?
What are they doing? We talked about that earlier. We're walking amongst idiots all the time.
Exactly.
That poor dog.
Yes.
This is when they go, what dog? You don't own a dog anymore.
No.
We are confiscating the pup, and we will give it to people who can pass an IQ test.
It looks like the dog's healthy, though. The X-ray looks good. So
yeah, they should take the dog right there.
Yeah,
and then taser that asshole right there too.
And then I did show this. This is at 6:15 in the morning. So I'm at the gas station, 6:15 in the morning. It's snowing. I'm minding my own business, and there's a lady that's next to me and said, "At this gas prices, I'm going to start having cardinal knowledge with my husband again."
To you, says this. And this is the random stuff that you encounter every week. People say stuff to you.
What does that even mean? Like, does he pay for it?
I don't know.
Wait, what was that old joke about?
She gets gas cards from him, of course.
But the couple, and on the anniversary, she presents him with this giant check, and she said, because I've been putting away 25 cents, or I've been putting away money, 25 cents every time I've had sex. And now this is what I've accrued after all these years. And oh shit. Wait,
We're coming up to the top of the hour.
how'd you come up with the 25 cents? Or, why the 25 cents? Who paid that? All of them. The answer is all of them. Ta-da!
There
Wow.
it is.
Drunk jokes. That's the thing.
So difficult.
Trying to tell a joke after an hour of drinking. And then, wait. No.
Wait.
That was the tone. We're at the top of the hour. Orion, if you could wait 10, 15 minutes, we'll come back to you if people remember what the fuck you were talking about. Yeah.
So I just looked at her and
I don't drink a whole bottle of wine. Look, there's that much. This
Not
is just
now, but later.
we'll
Got the
see.
googly eyes, do you?
So I just looked at her, and then pretty soon on the pump, $1 off a breakfast sandwich popped up. So I hit print and went about my business.
You got $1 off a breakfast sandwich where?
At Quick Trip. I was at Quick Trip.
Okay, he's talking in code now.
It is.
I got $1 off at
It's
Quick Trip.
Wisconsin code.
Quick Trip. That's the name of the gas station?
Mm-hmm. Quick Trip. They're like
Quick
like
Trip or
Starbucks.
Drip?
Quick Trip. TRIP.
Oh, I thought you said Quick Drip.
too, because it's like, yeah, we have the slowest pumps in America.
Yeah. Right.
They're
Have
like
you ever been at one of
Starbucks.
those gas stations? It's like $1.10.
Yeah. And then the calendar pages are falling. $4. Maybe when that woman
No, we're
put the,
Quick Trip. We drip
right.
quickly.
Maybe when that woman put the nozzle in the hole, that got her thinking.
Yeah, I just was bizarre, and it was early in the morning. It was like, I don't want to talk to anybody. I'm just getting my gas and getting my $1 off my breakfast sandwich and going about my business.
Have you had the sandwiches at Quick Trip?
I have.
And are they tasty?
They are, but I don't like eggs, so you can't get them without eggs. So I get them and take the egg off and then throw the egg away. And
this is a
eat
strange
my
animal here, ladies and gentlemen. He doesn't like coffee, doesn't
No.
like eggs. I don't know how you start your day. I don't really know what you do to get the day going.
Maybe we shouldn't
maybe,
too much.
Yeah, okay. Maybe
So
that.
the other thing, I sent Gary a story about a lady with a white elephant gift. So there she is. That's out of the Kentucky. So she got a $25 TJ Maxx card and was disappointed that someone stole it from her. So then she took $25 worth of scratch offs and she won 50, 10, and then 175,000.
Okay, explain this process where she had a gift card and somebody took it from her.
So the white elephant game is once you can steal them, you can steal prizes from each other. So she had a TJ Maxx card as part of the white elephant, and another coworker said, "Here, I'm going to trade you the white elephant, my TJ Maxx card for something else." And she ended up with the lotto tickets and all the trading, and was disappointed because she didn't have her TJ Maxx card.
But she didn't know what was in the other envelope that contained the lottery cards. Is that how that
she
worked?
she knew there were lottery, but I probably
she
like
did.
everybody else didn't think she would win. So
See,
she was like, "I'd rather have my TJ Maxx card."
For $25, I'm thinking, roll the dice, no pun intended, on the lottery tickets. Jesus. And she did 175,000.
$50, 10, and 175,000.
And how does that work now?
Who brought that to the party?
Right.
Yeah, you want to be inviting them over to events where they need to bring gifts. They're the one to invite. They're going to give you that lottery ticket, and you're going to win.
And how does that work now? The woman who got the TJ Maxx card, is she going, "Hey, wait a minute"? I mean, there's no quid pro quo, is there?
No, I think it's fair game with that. I said to Gary sometime this week, I hate even to give lotto tickets away as gifts because it's like, oh, is that going to be the winner? You know,
Hey.
Well, so with that, do you tip the person who brought the lottery tickets? I mean, this is a nice, genial crowd you're dealing with.
We've talked about this many times. What do we do?
Well, in the
what
white
the hell's
elephant,
going on? Is that your child, Leslie?
Yes,
I don't
it's not
think
eating
so.
that. It's not eating
I
that.
don't think so.
in the white elephant game, you've got to bring them your biggest piece of garbage that you intended to give away in the white elephant game. I mean, that's
Right.
that's the
It's
whole
usually
point of
junk.
that
I mean,
game,
usually
yeah.
it's
Wait a minute. Well,
they've changed a lot over
yeah,
the
because a
years.
TJ Maxx card is not junk.
no.
Right.
So it's usually you get something out of your closet that's been
Right.
sitting there for
Right.
10 years. It's
That's
a joke
classic.
kind of thing.
That's a classic
Classic
white
white
elephant.
elephant.
The new white elephants, there's like a Tradio, whatever. They've kind of updated it, and you bring something worth $25, and usually those devolve into lottery tickets and bottles of booze. I mean, pretty much.
Okay.
People don't use the same imagination as when you used to do the classic white
Right.
elephant, and like you said, it would be some wacky shirt that you're brother gave you and stuff like that. But no, nobody.
And why is it
does
called a white elephant? Is there some connection to their rare? What's the? And
Maybe
I know
that's it, man. I don't know.
there's got to be some stir of why do we have to put a color on it in these days?
It reminds me of an old joke.
Oh, here we go.
I put 25 cents in the elephant bank. And
So,
hold on.
all of them. The answer is all of
wait a
them.
minute. And then I had sex with multiple people. Wait a minute. Notifying the affiliates we're running long.
And one more, speaking of drinks and white elephants, this could be a white elephant gift, Alan, if that's the last. I think I sent that to Gary this week too. If you want to put that up. There it is.
Oh my.
Oh boy.
Oh.
What is that?
Actually looks kind of
if we weren't
painful.
if we weren't banned on Facebook
Hey,
before, I mean,
there we go. It's a decanter of sorts, I think, right?
Of
It
sorts.
is? Well, that, yeah.
I think so. Yeah, because there's the alcohol nozzle.
And that's a stuffer.
Hmm.
Huh.
I saw that
Did you
on.
put a straw in that?
Yeah. Oh.
I mean,
Actually, I got that from Facebook. One of the ads. You know, you get the pop up. Let's buy this, and that was an advertisement. You could buy that as a gag gift. So that actually did come from Facebook.
And gag gift would be appropriate. Leslie, would you put a quarter every time in that? How does that work?
And that's how the aristocrats. Sorry, I'm sorry.
That's all right.
And one last thing. This was a simpler time when we had. See, that was the first video phones before we had these darn cell phones and all of that. Look at that.
That's
a
about
video.
what, 60 years ago?
In 1960s, I think that popped up. I thought, wow, that was. You had your old phone, but you could still see each other talking.
and
I don't
somehow they got Henry Kissinger to participate.
Yes.
Yeah. There you go. Google that if you don't know who that is on the left.
I don't know who the lady is though, but I thought that was a cool
Faye
picture. I'd never
Dunaway.
seen.
They had a thing going.
Okay, that's Joan Kennedy. Okay, Google the bejesus out of this bit. We're gonna throw some real obscure shit.
There's your history lesson, kids.
Yeah.
Go see who those people are.
This is we're auditioning to be a podcast on a cruise ship, and they love this kind of stuff. It's all from 50, 60 years ago.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So.
All right,
So
Ryan.
And Shecky Green is coming up next.
Shecky.
So
I
other
love
than
that
that,
name.
we're getting.
How come kids aren't Shecky anymore?
Shecky, yeah. Who names their kid Shecky?
But I'd just point out that Henry Kissinger is in fact still alive. He'll be 100 in May.
Really?
Yeah. May 27th, 2023 is his birthday.
Jesus, triple.
He's right up there with Dick Van Dyke, who I think turned 97.
Yeah, Dick
97
is
this week,
going to be 100 soon. Wow.
Yeah. So
okay.
Dick Van Dyke's young wife will keep him alive for a long time because
How old is she? 70?
She's only in her
cents.
like 60s or 50s. So yeah, she wants this pony to keep trotting for a while.
Okay, that's the alcohol talking.
Yeah.
That is
other than
that,
that, Hank's birthday's the 21st, so we're getting ready for his birthday. What do you want for your birthday, Henry? An iPhone. You're not getting an iPhone. What do you want for your birthday? He's 7 years old.
Well, hey, give him the Tesla tequila bottle. Yeah. I think what you have to do tonight, though, is go discipline him because it sounds like he's arguing with your lovely wife about his dinner.
His dinner. So
what doesn't he want to eat?
I think chicken nuggets or something. I don't know. He's gotten funny about food lately. Hey, I'm tired of this. I want that. So
wow.
I don't know.
Well, that
always a trip at the Corcoran house. So there's never a dull moment there.
There's never a dull moment in your life, even outside the house.
No, and I don't look for it.
You're pumping gas and you're getting women talking about having sex with their husband, and then you get $1 off your sandwich.
It's not even 7:00.
Yeah.
We still have a lot of giveaways to do.
We do.
Too.
I've notified the affiliates. We're running long.
You want to do mine now, Alan, and we can wrap that up.
Yeah, we're going to do that. Also, Bob Barker, I see in the comment section, he's 99. I thought he was dead too.
Oh, how nice for him.
So that makes when I saw Cheetah Rivera at Epcot, who's going to be 90 in January, the youngling in this group.
And
Ellen sent us a picture of Cheetah Rivera and invited all of us to guess who it was, and none of us could figure it out.
I was Googling the heck out of it
even
and could never figure it out.
But I told him, do stuff, send stuff that would play on a cruise ship as we do the podcast, and he sent Cheetah Rivera, and that's perfect.
Yes.
And Alan's coming up. He's got other. Don't you have other pictures from last night? We're going to show those. We're going to talk
I've got some Animal Kingdom stuff. We can talk about the new Avatar movie, The Way of Water. We've got two Gary giveaway. I mean, two Mike giveaways. We got a Ryan giveaway. Leslie hasn't been in the fun bag. We got enough for next week's show. We could just record it now and air it next week. Take the week off.
Yeah. All right. What should we do first?
Let's finish the Mike Mascow giveaways because that's still queued up.
All right. And which one is this? Is this the third or fourth one?
This is number 3 of the coffee.
All right, let's do it. $25 Roast2Order gift card. Here we go. Say hello to somebody. And
you should be telling your friends to watch this show just so they can come for the prizes, for frack's sake.
Yes,
we give away
absolutely.
a lot of really good
Where do you get this anywhere else?
Amy G.
So Amy G, please email GaryMeyer at GaryMeyer.com or text 773-888-2157. Regular charges apply with your email address and your name, and let us know that you won the Mike Mascow coffee gift card.
Ryan, did you give away your gift card?
I did not, but I think
we got one more in this category.
Let's do one more Mike Mascow, and then we'll go to Ryan's.
Because it'll take me a moment to switch over to that.
Still alive?
Who?
No, Toadie Fields.
No,
really?
Wasn't she a
wow,
one-legged
okay.
comic? Come on,
ladies and gentlemen. Princess Cruises welcomes the GarrForce podcast.
All right, let's go with the last try.
Fields.
I just like nobody names their kid Toadie
anymore
either.
Okay.
Gotta wait for the confetti. There's the confetti.
Danny. All right, email me. It's on the bottom of the screen there. Tell me you won the Mike Mascow gift card, and I'll get that to Mike. All right.
So chat amongst yourselves for a few moments so I can change the page over to the Ryan giveaway.
So what do you want to do for a hashtag Leslie for years?
Wait, don't go there yet. I got
Don't go there yet.
Wait. In the background.
Okay.
And Leslie's got her stories
one at a time, and we have so many. Yes, and we tease stories during our Friday warm-up show, but we've had some very important breaking news that I think I need to share with you guys, even if we have to roll some of these stories over to tomorrow's show. But there was some really weird happening on the planet today. And,
I don't believe it.
Weirder than usual. And we're not talking Ukraine. We're not talking
COVID.
COVID and countries
Meghan and
showing
Harry,
off their ballistic missiles to other countries or any of that stuff.
Musk.
WNBA.
Let's play for Ryan's giveaway here.
All right. This is
Ready?
for Ryan's gift card. It's a $25 one.
Green. There we go.
Yeah, I'll send something from Roast2Order. I'll probably maybe candles. Maybe we'll do candles or something like that.
All right, here we go.
Here we go. Can we still say hello to somebody you want to? Okay, here we go. It's coming. Greg. I think he's from Dacula, Georgia. Is that?
And once again, I know he explained it in the past, but if you could send us a pronouncer, that would be cool.
Yeah, I think
he's got the ultimate Christmas movie as his profile picture here. So yeah,
that's a Christmas movie.
Absolutely.
It
takes place at a Christmas party. It might have been Keith. Somebody in my Facebook feed this week had a great picture of Nakatomi Tower saying, "Hey, I've been invited to this Christmas party. Should I go?"
It was a Final Jeopardy question this week, even.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Die Hard
and the biggest irony as a Disney fan that I am, that's now a Disney movie since Disney owns 20th Century Fox.
Oh.
All right. So Greg, email me and tell me you won which one is this?
Ryan.
That's the Ryan gift
Ryan.
Yep. And I'll get you
the Ryan prize. I'll get it to Ryan. Yep. And do we have just Leslie's now?
Yes.
Okay.
Go ahead,
Hashtag quarter. Look it up. The joke
quarter.
is out there. It's really funny.
I love it.
Clear it all up. It's like the Schnauzer joke. I mean, it's got that.
Okay. Hashtag quarter.
Flair.
And what's that?
It's got that flair like the Schnauzer joke.
Yes.
Exactly.
Kind of the old-fashioned joke.
Quarter. To get the condom, the ball liquor, and what else?
I decided to include our friends from Medical Assistance for Retired Canines. They sent us T-shirts. These are the people who provide medical assistance for retired canines. Go figure. Mark-9.org. And I'm digging into the bag right this second. Let's see what I got.
Okay.
Oh, okay. This is actually kind of cool. I found these at an antique store. It is a Barry Goldwater election pin where this is the only politics, and somebody else. I think it's like I don't even know. It's like
Henry
Rutherford
Kissinger.
Rutherford B.A.'s. Yeah, and and Joan
Kissinger and
Kennedy.
Goldwater in the same show. How about
Okay.
that?
Wow.
There you go.
Leslie, the cruise ship just called. They've extended our stay for 6 months. All right, that's
Well,
all
we're
going
gonna
to somebody on #quarter. And why don't you line up there, queue up in the comment section while Leslie does her stories. There's the condom.
And of course the condom. So here's the breaking news. 2 people were injured and hundreds of fish killed when a massive aquarium broke at a hotel in Germany. The 264,000-gallon tank, the centerpiece of the lobby of the Radisson Collection Hotel in Berlin, broke open at around 5:45 a.m. their time today, sending waves of water, broken glass, and 1,500 doomed fish throughout the hotel and onto the streets beyond. No word on what caused the 40-foot structure to fail. At least 100 emergency personnel were called in to deal with the devastation. The hotel is now closed until further notice.
Wow.
This thing, I mean, and you've been in like hotels and places where they have the big aquarium
We
nearby.
all have, yes.
This one was, I mean, it was this huge cylindrical structure in the middle of the hotel, and it just went blammo.
1,500 fish, I would think it's huge, yeah.
264,000 gallons. And I had, luckily they did the conversions for me, so I didn't have to figure liters to gallons for you guys. So this is for real.
If there's video of this, I want Morgan Freeman to narrate it. 264,000 gallons of the worst water you can imagine.
Oh, Lordy. This news too, with 11 kids already and one on the way, celebrity rapper / TV host Nick Cannon seems to be realizing that fatherhood may require more than just providing sperm. In a new interview on Paramount Plus, the serial baby daddy says he feels some guilt about not spending enough time with his kids. Quote, 1, because I'm constantly working, and 2, because I'm spread thin. That doesn't bode well for the kids. And I have his kids here, his children's names. He might have wanted to take a minute in terms of the naming. We have Moroccan Monroe, Golden Powerful, Rise, Zillion, Zion, Zeppelin, Onyx, and Legendary. There was a son, Zen, who passed away last year, and now baby number 12, who remains nameless.
What time does he get started on Christmas morning, do you think? To head out.
He's going to have to be like Santa. He's going to need magic reindeer to get him to all the children's homes in the course of the day.
Did I get something for Zephyr and Pumice? I don't remember.
Pumice. There's the new baby name right there, Pumice. And police in St. Louis are still looking for the man who opened fire at a KFC restaurant after being told they were out of corn. A restaurant employee who confronted the angry customers in critical condition with a gunshot wound to the stomach. It seems that despite knowing that this irate drive-through customer was brandishing a weapon, that employee went outside to discuss the corn issue with that customer. The employee returned a few minutes later, yelling that he had been shot. The shooter took off without his corn or any other part of his order and remains at large.
Pew, 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 pew. Where's my corn? What the? I mean, really? What the?
It's corn. It's KFC. First, okay, yes, I get it. Your KFC, your limited menu should make you aware that you're running out of corn, but
yeah, but I don't think it merits a shooting. Yeah. How about a substitution? How about coleslaw? Keep the gun in the holster.
Give you an extra roll. It's something like that.
Jesus.
Well, Lordy, I think this might be the longest show we've ever done.
Well,
we're not there yet. We're not there yet. And you know, I mean, based on David Erickson's comment, this should be our last show unless David's ready to start producing.
What happened? What's this?
David says that I'm too slow in changing these contests. David? So David, the show is all yours. Contact Gary at
David. Don't go poking there.
888-2157.
Don't David.
Let's see. Wait a minute.
Zip it. Tell me.
I'll find the banner and I'll walk away from the controls here. Where'd the banner go?
Please, David. Alan is
we are
key to
so
the show.
grateful to have Alan here.
Without Alan, there is no Friday cocktail.
Wait a minute. Here we go. Okay.
Oh God. Now it's Facebook and Alan have walked out on me. Okay. David, I assume you're just joking because Alan is the whole grease on this thing. Believe me. Okay. Let's move on to.
Should we find out what Alan did?
Yes, I want to see. He's got some vid and still photos, I believe, from last night.
I just have vid loaded up. Let me. I'll turn on my camera for a moment.
With that, somebody's asking. Explain the Band-Aids, Gary.
Oh,
which Band-Aids do you have on today?
I've got Bugs Bunny. I've got Tasmanian Devil, and then this Bravery Band. They're Bravery Band-Aids that a listener sent me.
Oh.
Yeah.
I think you might be breaking some sort of military rule by wearing that, but that's okay.
I know, because I never served.
All right.
I was 5F. What do you got, Alan?
I was going to say, so in addition to the candlelight processional this week, Disney invited me over to Animal Kingdom and to Disney Springs to see the new Avatar movie last night, Avatar: The Way of Water. As folks may or may not know, Disney's had a land devoted to Avatar since 2017. And in fact, I got to see Sigourney Weaver there. We were like feet behind her when we got off the ride one of the times we rode, which was really cool.
Sigourney, Ellen, whoa,
it was private time. It was private time, and we couldn't take pictures with her, but it was really cool.
By the way, she's had a week. She has had the best week in years because Jennifer Lawrence came out and in this interview said, I was the first woman to lead an action movie with the Hunger Games, and no one else has done the kind of work that I did with the Hunger Games. And everybody's going, could somebody get Sigourney Weaver on the phone? Because that alien thing was kind of a huge thing a year or 25, 30 ago.
And I've talked before about the Smartless podcast with you, Gary. That's the podcast with Jason Bateman, Sean Hayes, and Will Arnett. And they had her on as a guest, I want to say a week or two ago. And when you go through her IMDb list of movies, I mean, she's done everything, right? She was the leading sci-fi action hero for years. And she's also done a ton of comedies, like one of my favorite comedies, Dave, where she's married to the president who has a stroke and they have a substitute. Right. So, I mean, she's got, and of course, Ghostbusters. And Ghostbusters is the hybrid, right? It's halfway between sci-fi and comedy. So,
what is that thing you said about Disney devoted land to Avatar? What did you say? What is that?
So Disney has an entire land at the theme park at Disney's Animal Kingdom called Pandora, the World of Avatar. And I've talked about it before. It's got these giant floating mountains that they've built. It's got two rides. One is called Flight of Passage, which is a simulator of flying on the back of one of the Banshees that's relevant to the original Avatar movie and is even more relevant to the new movie, having seen that yesterday. In fact, this is a Banshee right there. And you basically go flying around the floating mountains and such on that ride. That's the one where we saw Sigourney Weaver. And then they have this other ride. Woohoo! They have this other ride called the Navi River. And the Navi River goes through jungle scenes that are very relevant to the first movie and somewhat relevant to this new movie. And you see it culminates in their most advanced animatronic that they ever created, the Shaman of Song. I mean, when she's working, that's an animatronic, and it is absolutely incredible. I also have to say I've been on the ride when she wasn't working, and there's just a plain video screen because they're not shutting down a high capacity ride just because the animatronic's broken down. But she is the highlight of that ride, and she's absolutely incredible. just all
Does
that fluid motion. Go ahead,
What's
Leslie.
going on with that wiggly thing off her knee? Oh, so
That's her
she's got her
tail.
leg
That's her tail.
tucked
Yeah,
in.
yeah, that's her
Oh, okay.
tail, right? Because the
Okay.
avatars, the avatars and the Navi have these tails that are relevant to how they fly on the Banshee.
How they
yeah, and they interact
don't they
with
make
nature.
sweet love with their tails too?
Yes.
Yes,
And they
okay.
communicate with them. They seem to multiply and do the other such things which aren't covered in the movie. They're just hinted at.
And
so
Leslie,
that's
when they do, it's a quarter in a bank.
and then he asks, "Who gave you the quarter?" And the answer is all of them.
Yeah.
Ta-da! So
Done.
anyway.
And by the way, you mentioned Jennifer Lawrence, and on the cruise ship, you have to mention like a Betty Davis or Elizabeth Taylor because they don't want anything current like that.
That's right.
Sigourney,
On our
woo!
love
Ellen
boat.
DeLaca, woo! All right.
the other thing I
this.
got to see, and this was created by the same people who put the new Avatar movie together and worked with Disney on the theme park. This is a video, laser, and light projection on the Tree of Life, which is the central icon of Disney's Animal Kingdom. And it's a little hard to see from this distance, and I didn't have time to pick out particular frames to share here. It's about a 3-minute thing, and I don't think we want to run the whole thing because we're up at an hour and a half already.
I notified the affiliates.
The imagery is super clear, right? And you stand in this big plaza and you can see it, and there's music going on. But again, we didn't want the copyright potential hit.
Is that a real tree, Alan?
Well, it's funny you asked that because people asked the guy who created Pandora, the floating mountains, this guy named Joe Rohde, if the floating mountains were real. And his answer is the same answer you give for this tree, which is, sure, it's real. You can touch it. They built it.
Yeah.
So this is
my point is that's the amazing thing about it. They built that and it looks real.
And the cool thing that they've talked about the building of this park opened in 1998, and that's when the tree was finished. The tree is actually, if you look at it, an upside down oil rig, because under the tree it is a full size movie theater, and there's a 3D movie down there called A Bug's Life that plays. No, it's not A Bug's Life. A Bug's Life is the name of the movie it's based on, and I'm drawing a blank on the actual movie in the tree. But there's a 3D movie that you can see in the tree, in the base of the tree, and the top of the tree before you get up to all the branches is an upside down oil rig, just a bunch of steel supports that helps protect the theater below from the big artificial tree limbs.
Jesus.
But yeah, it's cool stuff. I mean, you see here's some of the banshees flying on the face of the tree, and it's all done with the latest projection mapping and digital projection.
They've been doing this on buildings. The Merchandise Mart in Chicago. There's right now in the Chicago area, the Morton Arboretum is doing their illuminations, and they do some of this. It is some really cool technology.
And Disney does it also at Magic Kingdom on the face of the castle for the fireworks shows. And they used to have a couple of different projection shows that they haven't restarted since the pandemic closure. And they also do it on the face of the Chinese theater over at Hollywood Studios. So it's all very cool stuff.
All right. And I've been down there during Christmas, and the Hollywood Studios, are they still doing the setup of decorations that are just unbelievable? Do they do the parades and everything?
Hollywood Studios decorates the way I think you would remember Christmas, Gary. It decorates with the kitsch of the 50s and 60s.
Yes, that's
and it does it in very, very good form. And it's actually relatively new, despite the fact it's kitsch. Disney's Hollywood Studios didn't always do that. And about 5 years or so ago, they updated their look to that. And it's cool stuff. And
yeah.
I can show off some of that next week because I was over at the park maybe 2 weeks ago already. I don't get to the parks as often as I used to. Magic Kingdom does a full-fledged Christmas parade. They do it in two different ways. They do it for a paid after-hours event that I didn't go to this year called Mickey's Very Merry Christmas Party, which wraps up, I think, in another week. And then during the last 10 days or so of the year, they do it for day guests as well. But the annual pass I have now is blocked those 10 days because
they don't want you. They want the paying customer.
They raised the price of the annual pass so much that I actually chose an annual pass that's blocked out the last 2 weeks of the year and 5 days around Thanksgiving.
He's got a Disney deductible.
Well, the funny thing is,
you have reached your maximum for the year.
Disney found a way for me to spend money with their competitors because I bought a SeaWorld annual pass this year for the first time ever. The SeaWorld annual pass I bought is good at SeaWorld and at Busch Gardens in Tampa. And it was less than the difference between the annual pass that I didn't buy and the one I did buy, which was only good for 20 days difference. And the SeaWorld annual pass is good for 365 days, no blockout dates, no reservations. And I get to bring a guest on 2 separate occasions on their calendar, which is
so Alan
cool.
just goes from amusement park to amusement park. That's his
Really?
life. Who doesn't want this life? Now, you saw Avatar last night. It's 3 hours and 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Now, I don't like when people go with the length of a movie. I don't think that's relevant. It depends on the movie. If you like the movie, who cares how long it is? But this is an expensive movie, and they've got to show it often to make the money back. That's why I thought it was a bit long.
Well, and Disney showed it to us in the Dolby Theater at AMC. There's always an upcharge for Dolby theaters, and so it has the nice posh seats, which were really nice. But
is there an intermission?
No, and it was 3D. So you're wearing 3D glasses for 3 hours and change, and in posh seats. And yes, I needed a restroom break. So the seats also have.
Did they give you adult diapers because it's so posh?
No. And the seats also they have base shakers. Do you know what base shakers are? I learned this term some years ago when I was looking at building a home theater. Base shakers.
It's like having Gary's massager inside your chair, right?
Yeah. So they react to the bass sounds in the movie. And so you know, if there's a big explosion on the screen, you also feel it in your body.
Do you now?
Yeah. So there you go. Oops, but the movie is entertaining. It was fun. It was like going to a theme park. And having just been at the theme park that's devoted to the part of the theme park that's devoted to this movie, it was very much in keeping with that. Is it, the sort of movie I'm going to watch over and over again? No, probably not. But, the first Avatar movie was, if you guys remember, the movie that really sold Blu-ray 3D DVD players back in the day. That was the movie everybody bought to watch in 3D because Cameron spends so much energy in making these movies in 3D. And the 3D looked good. I mean, I'm not a big fan of these 3D movies, but the quality of the depth of what you're seeing is really quite stunning.
And there are 3 or 4 more after this?
I think he's lined up through Avatar 5, and this was
he's
Avatar 2.
He's going to be 160 years old when the last one comes out.
And one of the things I like the most about the original Avatar movie that's part of the theme park experience at Disney World is the music. The music was by James Horner, the famous composer who did a lot of movies. I mean, the first one where he hit the big time was Star Trek II, Wrath of Khan. So if anybody likes the music in Wrath of Khan, that was James Horner. And then he went on and made his real big name on Titanic because he was responsible for all the music in Titanic. But Horner passed away between when Avatar came out and the making of this one. I think he was killed in a car crash. And the composer who stepped in for him has done a phenomenal job taking some of his themes and then building on them for this movie. Because I was hoping that the music wasn't going to be awful if you're going to be sitting there for 3 hours and change, and it wasn't. It was good theme. It was good score music for a movie of this sort.
And it opens today officially, right?
It opened today. Yeah. You're gonna hear about it in the news because win or lose, James Cameron always knows how to make news with a big movie, and his past movies are all the big box office movies of the past couple of decades.
All right. Thank you, Alan.
See if we could get Ricardo Montalban on the cruise, but no, he passed away in 2009. He passed away, yes.
All right, but I like that banter. Keep it up. All right, we are ready to give away the last prize, and we should put the computer up and do it. Here it is.
So
#quarter.
Yeah. They've been married for a long time, and she says she.
All right. #. You want to say hello to somebody who's giving you a quarter? Are we done?
I think we're done. Oh, golly, are we?
Patty D.
Oh, Patty.
All right.
There's your prize package right there.
All right, Patty, email me, Gary Myers Show at GaryMeyer.com. Say I won the Leslie Prize, and I will forward her. Send me your address, and I will forward that to Leslie, and she'll mail it to you. All right. Wow, this was a belt buster today.
It was. Heavens to Betsy.
I
Look,
managed
and you
to-
still have cocktail.
I paced.
Good for you.
So we're doing this again on Christmas
Okay,
Eve
so
Eve
bad.
next Friday. We're going to be here
Yep.
celebrating lengthening daylight and baby Jesus' birthday.
Only if David Erickson's available.
Why did you have to,
Yeah.
David, why did you have to do
Gary.
that?
Go. I mean,
David-
seriously.
David, why do you have to monkey wrench everything? We're having a good time here. I love Alan. He does an incredible job. We're staying with this, okay? Let's give out the cannoli. It's complimentary, please.
Let me find the cannoli. That would be here. There we go.
David, I hope that's okay. Look at it. It's delicious. All right. And what about the schnauzer? Nothing?
Put away a quarter every time you pet the schnauzer. It'll make sense if it down the road.
I was thinking more pair him
we'll
with the
explain it.
pair him up with the banshee.
Yeah, there's a combo platter. All right, 3 in the green. Gear is down, flaps are down. The voice of the globe, the GarrForce. Have a good weekend. Has landed.
Good night, and have a pleasant tomorrow.
If you like that, I got other stuff I think you're going to like. This is the GarrForce.
Like and subscribe. Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
And please, please, please tell your friends and family to like and subscribe too.
YouTube.
More eyeballs. It's a good thing.
Like and subscribe, please. Boom. Shakalaka.